welcome to Illuminating Crossroads. Today I'm going to be doing an intuitive guidance reading, and I've already picked out the cards, and I have the digital ephemeris on my computer, and then over here is the chart for the week, and I kind of want to just have this be like short, sweet, simple, to the point. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into it. So some of the really key things that are happening this week is that we will be having Mercury ingress into Gemini on June 12th. And always remember any of the dates and things that I give. I'm in San Diego, so it's based off of that time. So depending on your location, it may vary slightly in time or date depending on what time these things happen. So keep that in mind. But yes, so June 12th, Mercury will be ingressing into Gemini from Taurus, and Mercury is super happy in Gemini, so this will be hopefully a nice time to kind of like vibe and just have hopefully a little bit more clear communication with people, or even if you've been like studying and learning things, hopefully that will kind of like fast track a little bit more and you can kind of gather more knowledge, because I feel that while Mercury was in Taurus, it was kind of more about like reflecting on reflecting on the things that we've kind of already gathered, and then like being super mindful about the things that we've had, if we will. And now it's like, oh, okay, like especially since that we had that Mercury retrograde in Taurus too, so it's like, oh, okay, now that I did all those things to like kind of go through my own mental database, if you chose to do that during that time, and while Mercury was in Taurus. And then now it's like, oh, okay, like what can I kind of like a little bee, like, oh, what can I go to, and kind of just like testing the waters of different things, or like seeing it's just more social, if you will. And then another big thing that we have going on this week is that Saturn will be stationing retrograde on June 17th. So that will be on Sunday. So June 17th. So, which is really, I think, kind of interesting in the fact that, I guess, so it's stationing retrograde, and it's going to go back to where it was on March 12th, if you will. So really thinking about, like, because June now, so what, March, oh, do I know my months? January, February, March. What the heck? Where I'm like blanking on my months right now. But is that March is three, so that's 3 months. Clearly I'm forgetting like May and April. Woo, that was intense. But so going back for the past 3 months and kind of paying attention to like how have you felt restricted within your experience, what kind of pain areas have you had within regards to struggles, and then have you been learning like self-discipline and what it takes to really consistently go about taking action to be self-disciplined and have patience and acknowledge the steps that you're taking and how your hard work is paying off and is going to pay off. So here is the beautiful Saturn card. I love this oracle deck. It's I think it's the astrology oracle. I forget the person who made it, but all the cards are so gorgeous. So we have Saturn coming out there, and it's so funny. There's a lot of cards like patience. Patience is like so key. I think for this upcoming week, to really just know that like if you're feeling defeated in any way, that like just getting back to this space of centeredness and maybe thinking about the things that you have accomplished or that you have done, even if they're little things. Like maybe say you wanted to drink more water every day and you did that, then like find celebration in that. And it can be celebration within like you just celebrating with yourself, or it could be like celebrating with friends or whatever it may be. But yeah, but patience is, I think patience and like just a little bit of grace for ourselves is very key. So I'm just showing these ones because we have temperance, it's all about patience as well. And then Taurus, so that's that trust, patience, and sensuality, if you will, in our experience. So yeah, there's just this essence of like we're going, like Saturn's going to take us back to see like how have we actually been handling these past 3 months, and have we been truly disciplined to do what it is that we need to do and what we are wanting to do. And especially because this past full moon that we had in Sagittarius was very interesting. I think like it almost feels like there's two ends of the spectrum that you may have fallen on. Either you like have been really conscientious of your own co-creation within your own reality, and you have a deeper understanding, and now it's like, okay, I'm meeting this, and I know, like, I'm trusting myself more, I know how to move about my life or decisions that I'm making, I understand my choice and all that matters. Or you're in this other side of the spectrum that like maybe there's still a lot of self-doubt, and maybe you feel that sense of victimhood, if you will, and it has kind of maybe felt like the world has been on your shoulder in some way, or just like all these parts of life that haven't been working out, those struggle areas of Saturn, if you will. And it has, so I say that to say like all of that from this past week, and too with what was it, Jupiter conjunct the nodes, it's all just kind of like really having us evaluate individually and collectively if we are like facing our true north, if you will, and how we've been allowing for a purging to take place, a renewal of this opportunity to I've been doing this analogy of celestial fire, of actually like giving everything to the celestial fire to allow it to be burned away and to be like fully renewed within self, and to come to this new point of focus. And in coming to this new point of focus, it's really just coming to this present point of our experience, if you will. So if there are still things that you do feel like are holding you back, especially in regards to like, I don't know why this like self-doubt is still coming, it keeps coming up, and we do have house 1 here, so it says individuality, self-image, and approach to life. So we have that, and we do still have Aries, Chiron and Aries. So that too is this area of like where we maybe still carry our wounds, that we feel like we may not be able to move forward and or take action in these things that maybe our like heart's desire, because we don't feel worthy enough, or we have this self-doubt, so we're kind of just like self-sabotaging ourselves. So if you're experiencing that, this is a great time to really focus on like celebrating more, so you can feel more inspired to take action, and also leaning into gratitude, because I know sometimes when we lean into gratitude in the beginning, it can be a little bit like like like, am I really feeling the gratitude for these things? But the more that you do it, the more you can actually feel it, and then you understand this deeper essence of what gratitude truly is, and it is almost like its own renewal and its own sense of freedom as well. So yeah. And then here we have the Seven of Wands and Six of Wands. This is a Midnight Magic tarot deck, and I absolutely love it. But so with these two, again, it like focusing on how far the progress that you have made. Even if you think you haven't made that much progress, I'm pretty sure you've made a lot more progress than you probably give yourself credit for. So yeah, so don't beat yourself up if you're feeling like pretty heavy in that. And then also, I don't know why the the red and green are really sticking out. So if you're still moving from like this fear-based mentality, maybe seeing how you can drop into your heart more, so really coming into that sense of gratitude, and also acknowledging like if the things that you've been taking action towards and the things that you've been having progress within, if it is even things that you truly are passionate about and desire, or have you just been pouring your energy into these things that aren't really like lighting you up and like speaking to your heart. Because I think there's a difference between success in things that are truly speaking to our soul and things that we just think are things that we want, but they're not. Like if we're working towards these things because we think we'll get this, like almost like when we go and do these other, like say if I want to go to the beach and I am like, oh well, in order to go to the beach, maybe I don't have a car, right? So I don't know, this is a bad analogy, I don't know, but anyways, like, so if I want to go to the beach, but I'm trying to do all these other things so I can get to the beach instead of just going to the beach, like, which is really like very simple, like you just got to go to the beach. So even though I'm saying it's very simple because like I'm not that far from the beach, so that's my example. I hope that makes sense. But yes, and then also there is Cancer here, so let's see. We'll look at the moon. So this week for the moon starts off in Pisces, so if you're feeling a little bit lethargic, and especially since Saturn's going retrograde too in Pisces, and we're going back there, and Neptune is still in Pisces, you might feel a bit more lethargic. So just kind of like, maybe just like taking the time to kind of like dream, or like just like activate your imagination and your intuition. And then on the 12th and the 13th, the moon moves into Aries, so if you do have any things that you feel inspired or that you're desiring to do, that might be some beautiful days to do so. And then you can move to the 14th and the 15th and the 16th, the moon will be in Taurus, so if you do take action on those things, then maybe you can plan like something fun for yourself to have a little bit of sensual experience of pleasures. So I don't know, going out for a walk in nature or whatever it may be. And then the end of the week, the moon will be in Gemini. So yeah, and I think those are like the really main things. And then I do know last week Venus, or sorry, last week, I think that was this week, on the 5th, whenever the 5th was, clearly time is not on my side at the moment. On June 5th, Venus did ingress into Leo, so now we have Venus, Mars, and we have Black Moon Lilith here, and all of that is, I want to make sure, yeah, so everything that's happening in Leo right now is doing a sign-based trine to Aries, where Chiron is at currently. So I do think that it'll be interesting as we kind of continue to move through the summer, because I've been like really connecting with this analogy of like we're all getting ready to like sit in the audience, and like everyone's chittery, like chatty, right? Super chatty, super chatty. That social energy that I was kind of talking about at the beginning. And then it's interesting because it's like some though may choose to be really chatty, but some might get really quiet. And it feels like if you feel called to get really quiet, to really honor that. And so if you feel called to isolate in some form, but not isolating because like you, how do I want to say, if you're isolating because you don't feel like you have community, or you don't feel like there's connection, or you just feel like alone, then that's like something else. But like if you feel like you want to be in your isolated bubble because there's something that's like whispering to you almost, and you kind of just want this space to get quiet and to hear what it is, then I would definitely follow that intuition of yours, because I do think that I mean, I'm not sure what it is, but I do think that it's interesting. It's like we're leading up to this, like, I feel like we're leading up to this big event, but I don't know what the big event is. And it could be something that's big internally, it could be something big that's externally, I don't know. But I do think that that it's really important to like lean into this, like this Cancer essence of like nurturing and being comforted and being protected, like knowing that you are safe, and being so firm in your own foundation that like no matter what is happening, you have a sense of security and stability within yourself. And also, yeah, so I don't know, but I think we're leading up to the phase where it's like the play is getting ready to start and the lights are about to shut off, and then, but it's interesting because I feel like the play, we get to choose, each of us get to choose because of our own perception and our own choices that we make, and our own belief structure as well. So it's very interesting. It's almost like there's all of these, it's the same play, but we're having all these different views of it that we're going to be witnessing. So indeed, so I just wanted to kind of share that. But anyways, I hope that this was supportive, and if you enjoyed this, you can give it a thumbs up. That'd be dope. And if you want, you can subscribe to the channel. There'll be more videos to come. And also, if you want to let me know how you've been feeling, or if you've been feeling any of these things of which I'm speaking on, or even let me know how the week goes after the fact, I'd be more than happy to hear it. You can always find me on Instagram at Illuminating Crossroads, and I do facilitate online spaces, so if you'd ever be interested, you can go to the website and you can see the events that are coming up, or if you're in San Diego, at the moment I'm doing in-person events, so you can check them out. So otherwise, thank you so much, and I hope everyone has an amazing day. Bye!